What's up guys? Today's going to be a little bit of a different video than normal. I'm not going to be reviewing an electric skateboard today, but instead I'll be going over some of the longboarding basics. These are things that I think most longboarders should know when they're just starting out. I also think that some of the skills are great to have if you're just starting to electric skateboard as well, because a lot of the skills tend to overlap. So stay tuned and we'll get riding. Let's go. A good place to begin when you're starting out is as simple as board stance. It's generally a good idea to have a wider stance and slightly bent knees, as this will give you the most support. A good stance is important because it keeps you gripped to the board and allows you to have better balance and a smoother riding and carving experience depending on your comfort level. It's important to avoid having a narrow stance and straight legs, as this can quickly lead to falls and lack of balance at higher speeds. The same can be said for short boards, as the general rule of thumb should be to cover the largest amount of space on your board while remaining comfortable and ready to ride. A common complaint I see a lot of on the various longboarding and electric skateboarding subs is foot braking and how to do it. Generally, I like to start with the tip of my toes and gradually increase both the pressure and surface area of my foot to come to a complete stop. I think foot braking is a simple but effective tool at quickly stopping your board safely. Good foot braking is gradual and smooth, whereas too hard and too fast could lead to you falling off your board. What's up guys? I wanted to pause for a quick second and just let you know that during this shoot I was not wearing wrist guards. I actually think that people should wear wrist guards, or at least consider it. A couple days after shooting this, I fell and broke my wrist, and it's a really bad break, and I'm actually going to be having to get surgery for it. So I think that it's not worth the risk of potentially damaging permanently your wrist or your hands, so you should at least consider wrist guards along with what should be a mandatory helmet. And in this video you'll see that anytime I'm skating I'm wearing a helmet. From now on, if I start skating after this recovery, I'm gonna be wearing wrist guards because it's not even worth it, and I just wanted to let you guys know that really quick, so enjoy the rest of the video.
The next portion of this video is completely optional. Some people love going down curbs, and I'd like to show you an easy and safe way to get started. You should start by placing the foot you kick with on the base of the curb right as the front wheels of your board leaves the top of the curb. This will allow you to get off curbs without losing balance and potentially injuring yourself. It's important to pace yourself and practice riding off curbs this way before ultimately committing fully with just your board. This is also a great way to give you a feel for riding off of curbs before deciding whether it's something you actually care to do or not. Now for the fun stuff, and my personal favorite thing to do on a longboard: carve. Carving isn't as tricky or as daunting as it may first appear. You want to use the things I spoke about earlier, such as stance and balance, to get your optimal carve down. When carving, you want to gradually shift your weight, starting with your toes and easing into your heels. As you do this, you should utilize your quad muscles to turn the board back and forth, almost as if you're drawing an imaginary S. I recommend starting with shallower carves to get a feel for it before committing to deeper and wider carves. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something from it. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, as it really helps me put out more content like this.